I don't think it was just a dream. When the Federation captured me, they tampered with my mind. I don't remember much about that time, those weeks or those months inside a political rehabilitation center, but I do know that they broke me. They forced a confession out of me. They made me stand up in public and renounce my past terrorist activities. They turned me into an obedient little Federation slave, and then they sent me home to Earth. And they wiped my memories. It's only likely that they've started to return. I looked at the faces of my crew, all gathered around me. Jenna, so full of compassion. Callie, angry on my behalf. Gan, discomfited by the reminder of an experience of his own. Vila, anxious to hear how this was likely to affect him. While, as for Avon tightened his thin lips, as detached and rational as ever. And you're telling me all this again. Why? Because I feel like I've been having this dream for a reason. I feel like my subconscious is trying to tell me something. Jenna arched an eyebrow. And the fact that there's a pretty girl involved? Velandra, you mean? Well, yes, of course she's a part of it. We must have planned our escape together. We must have. I must have known her once, but I can't... The only thing I can remember about Velandra is how she died. How I let her down. It was Gan who said it first. Gan, who'd been watching me through narrowed eyes. Gan, who now revealed what was in my heart. He wants to go back there, don't you, Blake? I didn't answer the accusation, but my silence was enough to condemn me. For once, the others were united in their opinion. They lined up to tell me that I must have gone mad. They counted off the many reasons. The Federation's rehab centres, they reminded me, were among their most closely guarded installations. In fact, it was during an ill-advised attack on one of them that I was captured in the first place. And the centre where they held me, it was too obvious a target. What if there was an ambush waiting for me this time, too? There's an old Earth saying, Avon told me tartly, that those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. I knew I wouldn't be able to convince them. I didn't try. I'd be asking them to go chasing across the galaxy, risking their lives in the pursuit of a ghost. And they were right. Everything they had said, every reason they'd given me for not doing this... Anyway, it was a moot point. I'd been up on the Liberator's flight deck most of the night, ever since the dream had woken me. I'd been sifting through Zen's databanks, looking for a single needle in a galaxy of haystacks. I hadn't found it. The rehab centre at which the Federation had held me, where I'd met Velandra and lost her, I didn't have the slightest idea where it was. That made me no less determined to keep on searching for it. I had unfinished business there. Velandra.
Velandra is gone, Blake. Don't you remember? You killed her.
No, We were running, and the wolves...
I warned you what would happen if you strayed outside this facility. But you wouldn't listen, would you? You had to play the big hero, and you didn't care who suffered. It's becoming quite the pattern with you.
It wasn't like that. She insisted. Had to get back to her father.
Is that really what she told you? Or is it just what you'd prefer to believe? Accept the truth, Blake. The escape attempt was your idea. You planned it down to the finest detail. Velandra's death was all your fault.
I remember. She said, Velandra told me she would rather die